No, you sent me.
Always being weird in this weird fucking place. Trying to keep it up with me. I be moving at my pace. I be moving at my pace.
Right, now we can start. Well, it's Rick and Morty time.
Well, let's start off with the sneeze you did at Coachella.
Yeah. Yeah, remember that sneeze?
Yeah, or the cough. You remember the cough over the fucking dude? You're like, that's not how it works, dude.
Wait, what do you mean?
We were playing Rage Cage at the house.
Yeah, we're playing Rage Cage, and there's a bunch of cups full of liquid that everyone is gonna have to now drink. And I just like tilted my head at like a 45 and just let off a good cough.
There was like 25 cups, and you're like, okay. Right, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that shit's all going to, and you're like, that's not how it works. I'm like, yeah, it
I don't
is,
think that's how it works,
dude.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but I'm not sick though. This is fucking acid reflux, dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
I'm just joking.
I'm joking.
Yeah, Coachella's fun, dude.
Coachella was good. It was my
Weekend
second
one?
one. Yeah, weekend one is my second one. It was a stark contrast to how it went when I went the first time with my cousin.
Well, I was telling you guys in the idea where it's like, bucket list thing to do, but it's so fucking stupidly expensive.
Yeah.
What I found out too is, I guess, like, was it 60 or 80% of people finance their ticket? Is that when you get like? Because I bought mine straight up, but is that when you
get
like
a payment
plan? Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is though, I feel like people took that and said that like, oh, a bunch of people are broke or Coachella just. I mean, obviously Coachella's overpriced, but I mean, there's just a lot of people that just don't want to pay the lump right away.
It's
And
fucking dude. The regular, well, because I got mine later and I had to do the shuttle pass with it too. Well, how much are the regular tickets?
The regular ticket was probably like $5.50 or
Okay.
something like that. And then the shuttle pass was like $6.
Which really wasn't even that big of a. We should have just Ubered there, because we Ubered to the shuttle back and forth to the house.
Yeah, I think the Uber just in terms of length would have been more expensive than
It
the
probably
shuttle.
would have. Well, I mean, if the regular ticket was $500, we paid $750 each.
Yeah.
we definitely would have saved. We Uber.
But there's honestly there's nothing wrong with payment planning it, because there's no interest. It's just like it's like $20 or $30 to do the financing, which is kind of good.
But like $750, that's like a VIP ticket at EDC.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. No, it's a lot. It's a little bit more expensive for sure.
And then even the drinks there, dude. I remember, there was at one point that we get in that VIP area, and we go up to get drinks, and I was like, I'm gonna get Matt and Allison a drink too. Get 3 drinks, and I go up. No, dude. I go up and I go, let me get 3 drinks, and they had been doing double shots, and I didn't even think about it at the time. I was like, oh, I should do double. He goes, you want to make it a double? And the way he asked me, I was like, no, let's do a single. And he goes, you sure you don't make it a double? I was like, let's do single. And then I see him just go,
yeah.
and I was like, he's doing fucking double. And he rings me up, it's $112.
Jesus.
And I was like,
you
cool.
just ripped it?
Yeah, I was like, all
"Oh,
right.
fuck you, dude.
Well, that's another thing. There's so
so
many lines. I was like, we're going to get out and just say no and then have to like wait another 25-minute line.
Yeah, nah. Well, yeah, that's the only problem. Well, that's the thing about the drinks situation is that it's sponsored by Heineken. And when you kind of like from afar, you see people with green beer cans in their hands. You're like, oh, looks like some good tall boys, whatever. It's probably $20. So I'll just sell my soul for one of these things. And then you get there and it's 16 ounces. So it's the size of a Monster, which is like, so it's halfway between where do you get a 16-ounce beer? You can't.
They made that shit just
They
for
made
Coachella.
that just for Coachella, and it's $22, 23 fucking dollars.
Yeah. And
it's nonsense.
I didn't realize too it was all ages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I shut up and I was like walked around and I was like, oh, some kids. And that's another thing, dude. Hey, I saw 5 people there with fucking babies walking around, and it was so hot too.
So
like at the beginning, it was like, I was telling you guys, well, it's not like hot where it's like, oh, I'm sweating. Yeah. It was like whatever, like I'm not sweating, but whatever the sun is touching my body is hurting.
It's bad.
Like I was like, this is hurting my skin.
Yeah, like the first day when we went in and we went to that water station, it took like 10 minutes. Yeah. You had to wait for me. It was like every second I was like, oh my God.
There are people walking around with babies and strollers and shit. And the baby's just like,
the baby's like, get me out of here.
Eyeballs
man.
are coming out and
home.
shit.
They can stay at home. You don't have to pay extra to bring your It's so stupid.
Like, oh, baby's first Coachella.
Yeah, and because the alcohol is so expensive, they know you're going to pregame harder than you ever have. So you're in there hammered. You're vibing to your favorite DJ. And then you just see a fucking toddler walk by.
Dude, how scary do you think that would be for a fucking kid? Somebody's like, ah, to the kid. Yeah, you know what I mean? Go to the new lab! Yeah. Kid's like, ah!
Hey, you know, you could be able to do that. What time they be on?
Yeah. Well, Coachella isn't like Insomniac, so I noticed too it was a lot less like compared to Insomniac, where you can walk around like, oh, it seems like very small percentages are actually of people who are actually on drugs. You know what I mean? Most
It's a
people
lot
are just kind of
smaller.
walking. No, I mean like not in terms of people, but just like in terms of like who. Because I mean, when I go to Insomniac, there's people just like it's the baby mentality, bro. People got binkies in and shit like that, and they can't walk and talk. They're shitting and shit, and they can't. They
Lot
need
of
water and
babies.
shit. And they're just sitting on the ground like.
Yeah,
I'm
mean,
like, so I guess EDC there are kids there too, but
Yeah.
with that mentality. But I didn't notice a lot of people walking around on drugs.
Yeah, no. Well, what you notice pretty quickly about Coachella is that, like, I mean, a lot of people talk about how it's like an influencer thing, but there's a lot of people there that genuinely don't look like they're into anything.
Yeah.
Like they don't look like they're
Just Coachella.
They're there for the outfit and they're there to like
No,
tell everyone.
they're
that they
there to
went
take
there.
their fucking their dating profile picture in front of that big ass colorful.
the big colorful spinny. We went in the colorful
Yeah, we
spinny.
did, yeah.
That was fine. I mean, there was
At
AC
the very
in there.
end, I was like, oh, I guess we're going.
There's AC in there, so I could totally understand why people would want to do that, not just for the pictures.
Yeah.
But you get to the top and you turn around.
Yeah.
That's the whole
Yeah,
deal.
I think one of the funniest things that happened that entire weekend is when we get there and we got like it wasn't a beatbox, but it was an off-brand beatbox thing, and we're standing there outside the bathroom, and the grounds crew, and we're standing there next to we're waiting for these people to go to the bathroom, and this fucking grounds crew of like five people,
Security guard, I think. Yeah.
some shit, and then they're standing next to us, and then this fucking kid walks up to us. He was clearly like at max 20. You asked if he
Yeah.
was like 18 or
He
something.
said he was 20 or 19.
And he walks up to us. He goes, "You guys sneak that in?" And Amelia was like, "Cause he's got a fucking cigarette in his ear too."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, is this guy trolling?" But I can just tell by like just his tone of voice
Yeah,
that he was
no.
trying to be a hard ass.
He said you bring those in from outside, and I noticed he had like what would appear to be a menthol cigarette behind his
Yeah.
ear, which are not. You can't have those in California. I was like, "Oh, is that a menthol cigarette? Is that from outside?"
Yeah, I was like, "Did you sneak that inside?"
And he's like,
And
you got me.
And then,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "No, seriously, you guys sneak that inside?" Because he wanted to take it, and then we were like, kind of like going back and forth. Not like,
Yeah, just like,
but I was
whatever,
like, "Oh,
dude,
this
fuck
guy's trying to
you."
act a hard ass." And then he offered to fucking buy. He's like, "Can I buy drinks off of you?"
He's like, you got an extra one I could buy off you?
Like, get the fuck out of here, kid.
Yeah.
And then I told, right when we walked away, I was like, you know how we were worried about bringing in alcohol and shit to the festival? That's who runs the place.
Yeah, it's
It's
these
20-year-old
fucking
kids
guys.
who are sneaking in, like, trying to buy cigarettes and, confiscate fucking, oh, my computer's chipped.
I wonder.
Confiscate shit from
I
people.
wonder what percentage of the employees of the grounds crew are just people that like their homie that works at Taco Bell with them was like, how lit would it be
Yeah, well,
if
it's
we
such
were
a,
grounds crew and we could get paid and we could go party?
it's such a huge, like area that they have to, like, fill it up with, like, grounds crew. And so, like, there's no schoolwork, there's no prereqs to get in. You just gotta go through, like, you just gotta apply,
yeah,
bro.
apply. We should do that next year and talk about it on the podcast. We
I
just
tried
vlog the
it
whole thing.
in high school. I tried applying to I think like White Wonderland or Nocturnal or something before. I was
White
18.
Wonderland?
There used to be White Wonder. There used to be a thing called White Wonderland.
What is that, like winter?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they I guess they stopped it. But I applied once and I didn't get in for like Insomniac.
They started
Grounds
calling
Crew,
it
yeah.
all everyone on one.
Yeah.
all
Oh,
colors.
yeah. Colored Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They start calling it inclusive Wonderland.
Yeah. Let's see what else could you. Oh, there was that massive earthquake. We get in the car and the car starts shaking.
That
we're
was
like,
wild.
I was like, we were sitting there. I was like, what the fuck is that?
My mom texted me not like when you were asleep on the way home, and fucking she was like, "That did you feel that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
I felt
big
it
one."
in the car. And then Matt pulls over and he comes back in. Did you guys feel it? He gets out of the car.
Yeah, well, a couple
Dude,
highlights.
I just hear like, get out of the garage, because we were parked in the garage about to back out. Like,
no,
get out of the
and I
house.
look over and shit is shaking. I thought my car was shaking.
Yeah, no, I was like, what is
yeah,
that?
I was like,
'Cause
damn,
it was like rocking.
My engine's all fucked up. No, but yeah, other than that, at Coachella, we can talk about the highlights. Liked Lady Gaga, that was cool. All mostly the reason I wanted to go was just because of the sheer amount of good dance music that was there. Fucking everyone, Tin Liquor, Indira, Zed.
That was cool. I guess I saw
Kind
too. It was
Music
like
was
I
my
guess Ty
favorite.
Dolla $ign was playing at the same time, and no one was there. And I saw somebody was like, "This culture's different because everyone wants to go see Zed over Ty Dolla $ign," and I was like, I guess.
I think that's how the culture would probably be forever.
That was sick though. Like,
That was sick.
oh, that video. I'll probably overlay this, but when we found that guy with a big ass fucking pizza walking through the crowd.
Where the fuck did the guy get a pizza?
The buddy in front of him, I played water polo with and went to high school with him. He
Wait,
replied.
really?
He replied to my story. He goes, "Dude, that's me in front of that guy," and like I totally could see it's him.
What the
And he goes,
fuck?
"That's my buddy." And he said, "I almost fucking threw up when I saw that video because I was like, that's literally me."
That's so insane.
And I was like, "Okay, well," I was like, "Oh, it's dope, but hey, where did you get a fucking full pizza?"
yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, they just sell them over there by the so."
What is it, $700?
Yeah, I know, right? And this guy's walking through a fucking crowd holding a pizza,
That's
like a whole ass box. Imagine trying to like mid crowd just try to eat in that shit.
Yeah. Oh, I would
Just,
have.
why are you my clarity?
Just,
Just
stuff it into
fucking
your
eating it.
face. But yeah, no, it was cool. The kind of music was a big reason I wanted to get those tickets, just because they're so expensive and hard to see. And like they have memes about whether crowds are bad or something. But the fact that Travis Scott played at the same time like sucked all the bad shit out of that crowd.
Well, it's
It was
also
nice.
wild too. Is like I guess it's like inside baseball. Is that when we went to that VIP area, we talked to that one buddy of ours, and he said that they had kicked out his posse, his whole gang at Coachella. Something was going
Yeah, I
on. They had
heard
to
of
kick
something
everybody
about
else.
that.
And like I thought too, it was like you got to really fucking do something fucked up to be kicked out of like if that's your group and you're one of the main headliners.
Yeah.
I think he ended that night, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it was night 2.
Yeah, you're getting the most money, baby.
And you gotta imagine, like, they had to fucking do something. Like, you gotta be a piece of shit or something.
Yeah, they gotta be straight nuisances, bro.
And then, the second weekend I heard on like somebody goes on the mic just like it's your last fucking show, just do it. Or you're like I don't know, people complain like on the mic there or something.
Yeah, no, it's a shit show for real. I wish I gave more of a fuck about Green Day. I loved Green Day as a kid.
Oh
I
yeah,
just-
Green Day, that's
I
right.
had no interest in seeing them.
Yeah.
Because it was them or fuck, who was it? It was them or Above and Beyond.
Yeah, we just saw them.
Oh god, that was so.
Well, that was the thing I was telling you guys. I was like, I don't give a shit about really Green Day, Lady Gaga, traveling. Most of these big headliners, but I'm like, I'm never gonna go buy a ticket to go see Lady Gaga. So it's like, it's
Yeah.
now or never. Or Green Day, it's like now or never.
If you think of it in terms of if you were to add all the headliners together's show at the SoFi Arena, it
Yeah.
would probably be going to Coachella is a banger of a steal. Because I think her tour in July is coming up, and those tickets are reaching Coachella prices anyway. So it's like whatever, you're gonna see the same set list because that's what they've been fucking practicing for years or whatever. But yeah, no, Coachella was cool. Anyone who wants to go to Coachella, I recommend you do the spend your hard-earned ducats and get your B&B because the camping is not the way.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it too. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not camping
Unless you're
It's so hot.
The thing is, at EDC, there's an argument to be made of why camping is better because there's way more shit to do at the EDC Mesa area, and it's also
Oh, they had a showing there too.
I
tent.
know because I went, but like it's one tent.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
right, yeah.
and the headliner was Chris Lake, and it didn't seem like many people popped up at the thing. Like the EDC tent, it was like, guess who's gonna be here tonight? John Summit and all of his
John
friends.
Summit make me cummy.
Yeah, John Summit make me cummy. But yeah, and then also EDC, the walk that we had to do from our trailer to the thing was probably maybe 20 minutes, maybe at Coachella. It was about an hour. Like it was a fucking super hike, and they got those bikes. Those bikes with the car on the back of them, and they ask you for $50 to drive them fucking a couple hundred meters.
Dude, that's another thing I realized too is how big that venue is. Like
it's
Coachella, it's
insane.
so massive.
It's insane.
Just so much walking and shit.
It is a lot.
I mean, it's
of walking.
fine, but
I honestly think that EDC and Coachella, in terms of venue, are tied for. EDC just looks incredible in every way.
Well, it's more
everything-
condensed and everything's like there. Like they
Yes.
maximize the space. Coachella's cool, but it's so much wasted. Like it's just land.
Yes,
Just grass and dirt in your nose and shit.
Yes, exactly. You get a lot more steps in.
Yeah.
But I think EDC in production value is probably 10 times as much as Coachella.
Oh yeah, especially
everything.
the speakers. I noticed that too. It was like even with like headliners and shit. I was like, oh, this isn't even that loud.
The only like good like the only great sound experience at Coachella in my opinion was the Yuma, because
Was it the Arc one?
No, that was the one that we went in where me and you, where it was all air conditioned out. When we were
Oh
watching
yeah,
Team
that one
Liquor.
was cool.
Yeah, it was the sound is perfect in there. I guess so. The person who designed the Yuma tent designed it, also designed Sound Nightclub. I found that
makes
out
sense.
recently. So like they prioritize the sound and the fucking vibes in there. That place is sick, dude.
Dude, it was
The
also
Yuma's
wild
awesome.
too. As we were walking, and I found that phone on the floor, and I was looking at it, and
Fucking
it
straight
is
killed
a
everybody's
funny
vibe.
thing because it's like the first thing goes in your mind is kind of like how I just kind of saw it. It was like I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a hero and get this phone back. I wasn't gonna go find the person. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I could have, but like I was just like, oh, I'm gonna like return it, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
what the fuck am I gonna do with the phone, you know? And we did emergency contact, and then it was funny because part of our group was like, don't fucking, they're gonna think you stole it, which is so kind of like true at the same time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you stole my phone. They're like, no, I'm just trying to return it. And then you're like victimized as a fucking thief.
Well, because allegedly everyone's fucking stealing phones with these things.
But we had one of our little girlfriends call the emergency contact mom, and she goes, "Hi, so the mom of whoever's phone this is, we found some girl's phone," and it was so like, so we're just gonna go put it lost and found, and like, she goes, "Can you just call like who she's with? I don't know, like who." We just assumed it was a girl or something like that, but.
Oh, that's so fucking funny. And then, then everyone fucking fixated on it, and we lost like 30 minutes of time because we were trying to look for someone to bring it to.
Yeah, I got to the point where I'm like, oh, we're not going to really find the person return it.
I grabbed the thing and I sprinted to the thing.
You ran
to
the...
I don't know where this has to go. Just fucking put it somewhere. Yeah, I was over it. I was over hunting for I was like, dude, you guys are stupid. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was awesome, man. Yeah. And it wasn't that big of a deal with the heat because we went.
We went later. Yeah. We were in the house with two people I've like kind of barely we had just met. That guy Ricky was pretty sick, but it was wild because we were with this one guy who I could tell was kind of like wasn't really
his first festival.
Yeah, but he was also like never. He's staying in a house with fucking a group of people he doesn't even know out in Coachella at his first festival. So
a bunch of savages, a bunch of fucking savage wildebeest.
We're all getting fucked up and shit. And then I was like, dude, go do your thing if you want to do something. No, I'm fine. And then like second night he ventured off for a little bit, and then the third night he left immediately, and then he didn't come back. Like it was well past the venue ending.
Yeah, no, he didn't leave with any of us.
It was. I know. I'm saying we were back at the Airbnb. It was like 3:34, about to go to bed. We're like, dude, he's still not here. No, and then I wake up to hear, and he came home and then just got his shit and left at 7 a.m. I was like, damn.
Yeah, he bounced.
I hope he wasn't bummed at us or anything.
No, he wasn't. He was just
getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah, he just fucking had a skedoodle. Hold on. When we go to the next topic, I gotta go pee.
Yeah, you can go pee. Oh. Go piss, girl.
Go piss, girl.
Not really big into like social stuff, I'm guessing. Right. Have you been to Disney World?
Yeah, I've been to Disney World at least a couple of times as a kid.
So couldn't find a full like high quality and some recording it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the show yet?
Have I seen Level? Yes, I've watched all of it except for the new this season.
I haven't seen it just because I don't really watch a whole lot of TV and stuff, but I think the crazy thing about this idea is the fact that I texted you about it in the that they get, it's kind of fucked up partly where they get like a group of like pretty severely like on the spectrum of just like low functioning, I guess, in terms of autistic.
Some lower than others,
you know, because I mean we got some friends who are autistic, but they're like they're good at like Anyways, but these are because that's literally the definition of being autistic is like you can't like socialize. It's hard to like get social cues and things like that. And this is like on that spectrum of like very hard to like socialize and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you see something like this, and it's like there's the biggest thing going on in Netflix entirely. Mm-hmm. And so the idea that a film crew or production and whatever gets a group of them, they film them for like a few months, have them going on dates with each other.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, it's a wrap. See you later. And then it becomes the biggest thing in the world. And then now it's like the fact that any of these fucking people who walk around in the streets are gonna be like, hey, oh my god. And like the fact that like they're autistic, where it's the fact that this guy, he can't even have a normal conversation on a date like that.
Yeah.
Let's put that guy, let's make him super famous to have everybody know him, and then go put him out in the streets of Hollywood,
Yeah, I agree in that.
You know what I mean? Like how is that guy gonna react when people are like, hey, taking pictures and shit like that?
Yeah, you do.
Hey, grabbing him shit. I loved you on the show. And he's like,
Yeah, you do kind of give them a level of celebrity that they may or may not understand or be ready for.
Yeah.
It's there's something kind of like they talked about on MSSP where it's like they play like whenever they're walking around they play like this kind of stringy
ding,
music.
Ding, 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 like a broken string on a guitar.
Yeah, like it's a nature show.
Yeah.
But
fuck 100 gorillas versus 100 people versus one gorilla.
What about 2 people versus 1 date? Yeah. No, but the thing, I love this fucking show.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but Tanner is like a golden retriever, like in reincarnation where you're super happy. That's awesome.
You should definitely watch it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's really emotionally jarring. Yeah. You discovered pretty quickly that like it's cool to be like this.
Yeah, and then there's that one girl
it's also very challenging.
who's like, I again, I've only seen clips, but like she's so forcibly just trying to fuck, which she's always talking about sex
Yeah,
before marriage and
that's,
stuff like
yeah,
that. And I'm
that's-
like, oh, I wonder how much shit they cut out of like filming this. Like, we can't.
That's
that.
Danny, and I have opinions about that character because she got the second season, she got blown off pretty hard by this guy. Was just like, I would enjoy to be friends with you instead, and she fucking lost it.
Like Renaissance era.
And then she went for yeah, exactly. Yeah, Renaissance. Yeah, and then but the thing is, like, she was so bummed out by being kind of like shut out by this guy that she just starts talking about sex before marriage, and then she was like, well, let me hit up this other attractive guy named Don that I
see
used
if
to
he'll fuck.
Yeah, and then I don't know, it just seemed like she was sexualizing my boy Adon.
Yeah.
Shout out to Adon, bro. He's cool.
Yeah.
He's loves Star Wars, and like whenever he introduces himself, or not introduces, but whenever he sees someone, he goes, "Hello there."
Yeah.
Like he does like the fucking Obi-Wan hello there.
Yeah, that was another thing too. I think it was like 2 nights ago. I was just like scrolling through reels before bed or TikTok or whatever, and I see a clip with again, what's the couple's name? Like the Abby and the other
Abby
guy.
and David, yeah, they're
I saw a clip of them like in a jacuzzi, and then she's talking about getting pregnant, and I was just like, I just closed my phone. I was like, I'm going to bed, because I mean, like that, we talked about actually on the ride out to Coachella, where it's like, all said and done. Yeah, they're people. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's like God. It's awesome. But I think it's I think Louis C.K. said the joke too, where it's like, let them do their thing, but like them fucking, you're like, like, where do you draw the line? You know what I mean? Like, it seems insensitive to say, don't let them fuck. And I'm not a doctor. I mean, I was gonna try to be, or I'm not a scientist. Well, I guess I kind of am. But like the idea, I'm like, I think I know enough to maybe project the idea that, or just assume that maybe I don't know. I think just genetically, that them having a kid, that kid might not be something that was,
Yeah, that's true. But
something you got to put on the barbecue. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding.
it's nah, dude. I'm full team. I'm full team. They can fuck. They can do whatever they want. Those people are.
No, I know I
better than
am
us.
too. But like, I mean, I did actually look it up. I was like, can they? Like, no, they can. But they're like, there's gonna be a high probability.
Can they? Oh, do they have genitalia? Yeah, but perhaps.
But I looked it up because like, I mean, without all like genetics aside. It's pretty well documented that you can't fuck your sister, because the probably
Is it?
that kid, like, in terms of how the baby's gonna come out,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You certainly cannot.
you can't.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
you
that's
can't.
like close genetics, so like the DNA kind of fucks up when you like combine
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
I mean, you could be autistic, or again, we know our friends can definitely have a kid, but I think that there's got to be some. Where do you draw the line?
A lot of them, yeah. Well, yeah. A lot of the ones on the show don't really talk about that much or have ambitions for that. I haven't seen the newest season. I don't know if it changes anything. But yeah, it is an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah.
But
Like, again, it doesn't affect
you
me.
gotta
I
let
don't
them-
give a shit. Do what you
yeah.
want to do. But I just think that, like, if they were to have a kid, I mean, hopefully, we got to pray it's going to, be.
it'll be just as epic.
Yeah. But, like, at the same time, just knowing that it probably won't be something that, like, they'll be, hyped about. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
No. Absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No. I get. What
I mean,
you're
because it
talking
sucks
about.
because you got to, like, you can't just count them out from ever having kids. I mean, like, because they're born
No.
that way, so it sucks.
you certainly can.
But at the same time, it's like
No, I don't-
you gotta be worried about
Not
worrisome
worried.
about that.
Not worried at all. Not opposed.
No, I'm
just
saying
think- yeah.
in terms of like them particularly having it, the worrisome. Not for like I'm not worried, but I'm saying
Yeah.
for them to have a kid, that the idea in the back of their mind should exist that maybe their kid might come out with some pretty bad defects, which is fine. I mean, you do what you want, but it's
Yeah,
just
but
kinda,
I mean, at
but it
this
sucks
point,
because they're already gonna
Sure.
start off.
Sure. Yeah. I get exactly what you're saying. They're already well versed though.
Yeah,
They're already well versed in how to deal with such things.
because I mean, like I don't know.
You gotta watch the show though.
Are there like cases where that's I mean, I know there's Whitakers, but that's family incest, like ancestry. I know that happens, but
I have no idea.
You
No,
know?
I'm not. I don't know if I'm qualified enough to chime in.
to
on
make
this.
that decision.
No,
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean,
you gotta watch the show. You're talking a lot about the show, but you haven't seen it.
I know I haven't seen it. I know I just don't like.
you should. You should.
I don't like.
cert-
No, I was kidding. I don't like sitting down. I mean, I don't know. Just
You watch the other one that everyone watches.
Severance.
Yeah.
Oh, that
watch
was
the
a-
Love
that was
on
a
the
good show,
Spectrum.
bro.
It's
Yeah, watch
probably
it.
better than whatever the.
It probably is. Yeah.
Mm. The only reason I won't watch a Severance is I don't like future shows. I think they're annoying. I don't know. Maybe I'll get into it. I want to watch The Sopranos.
I haven't watched
Ray's
that one,
trying to get me to watch The Wire and The Sopranos. Those are the two.
Yeah, I
two
mean, there's
big
definitely
ones.
like they're like well known to be like good shows, but that's what I mean. Like I know there's definitely good shows out there, movies that I still haven't seen. Like I haven't seen Game of Thrones yet, and I know I'll probably like it, but you know things like that. Where I'm like,
I
done
forget who I was talking to, or I think I was talking with Matt about it recently, where it's like I'm on the internet a lot, and I'm on the internet enough to know that everyone hated Game of Thrones the way it ended. Like
yeah, I know.
because
Yeah,
the
you hear
two
that
guys-
too. So like,
yeah,
you're
so
gonna
it's like,
start
why-
off knowing that
Yeah, dude,
you're gonna end in a car crash. You
I'm
know,
gonna watch the good meat of that show that everyone like fell in love with, just to watch the fucking like,
whole thing go
half-assed-
to shit.
I know,
Yeah.
it's stupid as hell.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that shit. No,
absolutely.
absolutely.
And then
not.
I think we go to the next the idea. Well, I mean, you got some things you want to talk about?
Other than the thing that we did recently in Irwindale, I don't have anything else to talk about.
Irwindale.
Irwindale, yeah.
Oh, the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah, the
Oh yeah, I
Renaissance
guess we could
Fair.
talk about the Renaissance Fair.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Renaissance Fair was fun. Let's see. Oh, you know, I think one of the funniest things that happened there is because we went at different times.
Yeah.
I went this last Saturday and it was raining. Partly.
I went a day later.
And it was still a good time, but dude, I think the funniest thing that happened is it started pouring at one point, and so we run into like one of these little venues, and because they have a tarp, like a tent, like a tent,
Yeah.
and we go in and just hiding from the rain, and I'm wearing this on fucking chainmail, and I thought too, partly I was like, dude, I am literally, it's pouring rain, it's cloudy as fuck, cause like I am straight a lightning rod pole right now, just walking around with all this fucking metal on me.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta get fucking struck.
Yeah.
But anyways, we go into this tent and we're hiding, and like we're pretending to look at these shoes, and they're like straight up like Renaissance looking shoes. That like they just look like something you'd wear as a prop
Like
in
moccasins?
the 300s. You
Yeah.
know, like the movie 300.
What, they're just like leather
Yeah.
bags that you put on your feet?
And no, it's like straight up just like coin sacks for your feet. And there's minimum 650, 700.
Really?
Expensive, yeah.
Damn.
So we're like pretending looking, and then we walk around and we're sitting next to the guy who's running it,
Yeah.
who probably made those shoes.
Sure.
And he's sitting there with a Pinocchio hat, and this belt I'm wearing comes with little vials on it, and they had vials there,
Yeah.
and I was like, some of them look sick. I was thinking about getting them, but it'd be like fucking hanging way off me. I guess I can.
Were they
mix it up.
big?
Yeah, like
I
potion vials.
Oh, I see.
And we're looking at it, I'm like, oh, $30, like $40. So it's like not bad compared to like everything else. And then the guy goes, yeah, no, it's a good price. And then Corey literally, one of my buddies goes, he goes, dude, these are $40. He goes, and he's saying it to like as if it's one of us, but he's saying to the guy who probably made the shoes. He goes, this is $40. He goes, the fucking shoes here are like $650, $700. And like the guy just goes, and he was like pissed.
Oh my god!
Like he wasn't pissed, but he was just kind
You
of
guys
like
knocked his shit straight to his
he did,
face.
yeah. But like he was talking to like it was a friend. Like he's like, dude, this is fucking good price. The fucking shoes are stupid. He's like,
That is
but he's
so
laughing. He goes,
funny.
but like not at him. But he's like, dude, who could afford that shit, right?
Yeah.
Not thinking. And me and Ethan just started dying laughing, just like hiding and shit. And then we're like, why'd you say that? He goes, what? He goes, that guy probably made the fucking shoes. You just straight up just said that his shoes are fucking bullshit overpriced. And like he's like, well, I mean they are. He goes, yeah, but you don't just
That is so fucking funny.
So we were talking about that all day, and then we came back because it's like a fucking. There's not a loop. You got to go to the
Yeah.
end and snake it back, you know.
Yeah.
And we're walking back, and we had talked about that interaction so many times. Some of our other buddies met up with us, and we told them, we're like, come on. He's like, let's go in there, and we go in there, and it's like towards the beginning, and right when we walk in, the guy goes, hey, how you guys doing? Oh, you again, huh? And immediately recognized him.
Oh.
And he goes, you again. And then Corey like doesn't even hear him, and he's so excited just to show how expensive these fucking shoes are. Completely oblivious again, misses the fact that this guy goes you again, and he goes look at the fucking shoes, and he's laughing, and the guy's just fucking so defeated.
Damn.
And like he's not like a bit like he looks like legit like live action role of Peter Pan, so he's not threatening
he's a
anything like
little
that.
guy.
Like he's just
Yeah,
he
either
just seems
way.
like And I just see him go, he immediately, like, because you knew this guy, like, has been thinking about him all day.
Yeah.
Corey, like, that guy's been thinking about Corey all day of how he
Sure.
said that shit.
He was pissed.
And Corey laughs and immediately just runs back out, and everyone's looking at it. And me and Michael see that. And right before we walked in, I told Michael, I was like, "This is actually kind of fucked up, dude. This guy was not having it."
Damn.
And then we see him go, "Oh, you again, huh?" And then me and Michael just like walked away laughing, which made it even worse. Corey ran out laughing, and we're like, "Dude, he knew, remembered you. He's been thinking about you." And one of my buddies goes, "You know what he said to like another coworker or somebody in there?" He goes, "Yeah, I had to watch that guy. I thought he was going to steal stuff earlier." Just like making shit. Just was so upset, but.
Damn, dude. Yeah, he roasted that guy's his fresh little attire. Was your whole group dressed up or?
Yeah, everyone was dressed. Yeah, we all got dressed up.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, Jack's Films. He was there.
He was just there?
Yeah. At one point we're like trying to find two of my buddies, and I call him like, "Where you guys at?" Like, "Oh, we're getting a beer next to Jack's Films." I'm like, "That doesn't. What is that? It doesn't help me because he's trolling." He goes, "Just go on his YouTube and comment. Where are you at? And you'll find us." And I was like. Fucking
Dude,
troll,
is
and then
so
I find
funny.
him, and then he's like with a group of people. Clearly, like it was like fucked up. Like it was
Jack's
I don't-
Films?
Yeah, I don't know if he was like drunk or
He's
what.
shit-canned?
But he was just like, I was like, "Oh, there you. That's pretty cool." You
That
know?
is so funny. No, Jack's Films is a fucking.
Yeah.
He's a goat, but he's kind of a lame. Remember that whole
I haven't
situation
seen
with
him in a
Sniper
while.
Wolf?
I haven't seen him in so long.
Sniper-
I never really. Yeah.
He like threatened to sue Sniper Wolf or something. Jack Films is a funny guy. Yeah, no, it's only cool if you dress up. And
you
I
have
went
to dress up.
Yeah, I went into it thinking like that, and I still do. I think dressing up is the ultimate way to go.
With your do-rag,
However,
like Shrek. Everyone just looked like Shrek. To
yeah,
me.
everyone just looks like Shrek. I didn't get this. I didn't have the hat on for the entirety of the
or slave.
because they didn't. What'd you say?
Or slave.
Yeah, I didn't have this peasantry on. No, I had the whole gear on, but this thing didn't come till the day later. So I didn't get to wear my cool hat. It's backwards. But I was like, oh yeah, the only way to do it is to dress up. And I was just I was very drunk. And I just was like, I meandered up to this old dude that had the sickest, like nicest, most authentic
Yeah, some of the
costume
people
on.
were like legit.
And I was like, how long have you been doing this? And he's like, this is my 41st. And I'm like, Jesus. And I was like,
Because my parents took me here when I was 1.
I was like, listen, I got this Amazon outfit, but I mean, you got to dress up, right? Like, it's isn't it crazy people don't dress up? And he goes, at least they're here and they're buying stuff. And he's like, it makes it good because they exist and they keep the thing alive.
Yeah.
Like if you had a requirement on what you could and couldn't wear to the fair, then we'd probably all be broke. And I was like,
You're like, get back in fucking
Yeah, it's
character,
like,
dude.
yeah.
It's like the South Park episode
Yeah.
when they don't break character, they're being robbed.
Hey, listen, treat these guys like they're time travelers.
Yeah.
Freaking, you'd be like, what are you doing? Piss
Yeah.
off. But it's cool. I like everything about it. I think
Yeah, it's sick.
$50 for an all day experience to
Yeah,
be
it was-
immersed like
yeah.
that, and all the shows are free. There's fucking
Yeah.
can't beat it. It's like sure everything's mega crazy expensive, but it's like fucking. who gives a
Well, yeah, I
fuck?
mean that was
Everything's
the
expensive
thing.
everywhere.
Is like there was some cool shit, but I'm like, when am I ever gonna walk around with a scepter? You know what I mean? Like 300, you know, it's like $350. It's fucking pretty expensive, but I'm like, I'm never gonna use this shit anywhere else besides coming back here again.
It's a good point.
You know?
Yeah.
And like I bought this fucking chainmail and it's 25 pounds. So I walked around all day with this shit. It was so heavy.
The chainmail is hilarious.
Yeah, it was a good buy. For
Is
sure.
it actually 25 pounds
Well,
in
it's
total?
23.5. But yeah.
I picked it up and I was astonished.
Yeah,
at how much
yeah.
they
I mean,
weigh.
it equals out when you put it on, but
Yeah.
and
I
then they
didn't-
had the rated R. You didn't do the rated R beer. So I did that, and because I saw it,
wanted
like
to.
I guess like on reels or whatever, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta do that shit. It's funny, and like it's funny because it's like in my head I was like, oh, that's like the one thing I wanted to film there would be funny, and then turned out like that was like the worst thing, and I had a bunch of other funny things.
Yeah.
When I went there, the line was so chaotic that I just stood in line, and then after being in there for like 25 minutes, I had realized, oh, I'm in the wrong fucking line because the baddie you always see on these TikTok reels where they're
Was it
grabbing
the same one?
Yeah, well, the one I saw.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
but,
blonde
but
one?
when I re-looked at it, there was like a blonde one, but the one I had been seeing was like this other girl. But you grab these chains and then you buy a beer and they like open it up and they just talk dirty to you, and they
pour it in
pour it in
your
a drink.
mouth, yeah.
And I looked forward and I was like, oh, I got Andre the Giant, bro. Like, it's just a big, like, I was like, this isn't even like, I was like, this, I don't know. Like, it's one of those double takes. You're like, wait, is that,
You're like, wait, is she part of that?
and I was like, I can't cut over, I can't just like, I guess I probably could have, and I really wanted to. And then I get up there and I filmed it too. I didn't even post it, but it was just, you just see my face being like, shit.
Yeah.
And their fucking chains weren't even up there. And like, I just stood there and she just fucking was like, oh yeah, just poured it down my throat. I was like, okay, give me my. I was like, this is get the fuck out
Did
of
you
here.
drink? Did you do the whole thing?
No, they don't do the whole thing. They pour. I mean, I've seen videos they pour like a lot of it, but like it was just a sip. She probably just saw my facial expressions, like, yeah, I gotta get him out of here. I know what's up, bro.
Well, I also thought there would have been some cool drinking receptacles, but they're just giving you a can of whatever.
Well, they had them for sale there, but.
Yeah.
That was another thing. It was like their chalices or like the bull horns,
Oh yeah, the drinking.
Yeah,
horn.
but it's like again, like I don't.
That's why
that'd be
wanna-
cool, but I'm not gonna drop $250 for it because I'm
Yes.
never gonna use that again. And how am I gonna fucking even set that down when I
You
get
bring
home?
it next year.
Yeah. Well, I know that's what I'm saying. It's the only time I'm gonna use it, but I have to
Yeah.
carry that shit.
I think that's why I want to go back. I want to peruse. I want to look at all the shit. I didn't look at one store.
Oh,
I got
really?
No, I got a
Yeah, we
bracelet.
looked a bunch, yeah.
And other than that, I didn't really peruse anywhere near enough.
It's why I don't know, dude. I mean, I get it, sell your shit, but like the pricing, I don't know where they get their fucking pricing. We found out it was a chainmail shop, and we went in there and like, oh, it was like there's actually like chainmail tits I was thinking about getting, but there's no price tag on it. But there was a little beanbag chainmail ball,
Yeah.
and it was $85 for just that. And I was like, this whole suit was $100.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what I mean? Like I get it, but it's like I don't get these prices, bro.
bet you-
$650 for some fucking.
I bet you it's the same thing at EDC. If you want to have a booth there, they're gonna charge you a fucking
Yeah,
arm and a leg.
but that's the thing is like how much there's no way you're making a profit. Like maybe if you
No.
sell one thing, but like I don't
No,
know.
Absolutely not. With that being said, I think that Renaissance Fair in terms of like cost effective like money to how much fun you have, I think it's more than any of the festivals that
It's
I've been to.
mostly it's cash only too.
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of it's
yeah.
cash only. So I'm like, well, I got like those things. They probably take fucking card for sure. But I'm
Which
like,
ones? The drinks?
well, I mean, I feel like. I think most of them ended up taking card, but like, you can't expect anybody to fucking just pull out $650 to buy shoes there. You know what I mean?
That is kind of true.
So
How
it's
much
like-
cash can you possibly fucking
Yeah.
bring to the Renaissance Fair?
Exactly.
I bought like a bracelet. I bought the mead. Did you try the mead? The mead
I
was
had
good.
I had a sip of somebody's. Yeah.
That mead was real
Yeah.
good. Because I drank the mead, and then the rest of the time I drank like some kind of huckleberry fucking seltzer or something. Yeah, it was dope, dude.
Yeah, it's sick. I definitely
The
go back.
jousting, the jousting was cool. That whole experience costs like the same amount that it costs to go to medieval times. So it's like,
Oh, yeah,
why
no,
the hell would
exactly.
you go to medieval times?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's one point we go to I didn't even see the jousting. I saw it like one of the few times I went there, and but we sit down and I'm like, oh, finally, it's at the very end too. Like they fucking playing that shit too.
Yeah.
And I sit down like, oh fuck, finally. And I'm like, I took this shit off, and I was like, I feel like I'm like just got like so much lighter. And we were sitting there, and then it was like 3:30. I'm like, oh, the next show should be at 4. It wasn't till 5. So we sat there for like 45 minutes, and then we found out it was at 5. We're like, we're just still gonna sit here. Whereas we're sitting there, one of my buddy's girlfriend goes, oh, it smells like farts and cigars. And I'm like, so I'm like, oh yeah, it does smell like cigars. And like, it's a fucking like high school stadium benches, that they just kind of just plopped on there.
Just put 'em down.
And we're at the very top, and like almost to the very bottom, there's just fucking like bald like biker dude, just
Biker
big
dude.
ass gray beard, just a tough guy. He probably had like fucking some kind of like skull and crossbone tattoos for sure, barbed wire, some kind of like fuck you, something on his shirt.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't call 911.
And I say that out loud, like it does smell like a cigar, and then I just hear some pitter pattering going down there, and then I look down, and he's looking back at me, and he's like, "You got a problem with my cigar?" And immediately I was like, in my head, I was like, because I'm so good at like detaining situations, de-escalate, yeah, but detain, yeah,
I'm sure you're so good at
de-escalating
detaining guys.
yeah, de-escalating, and I thought, I'm like, because I always daydream the fact I'm like, I just want somebody to be so pissed at me, and I just troll the fuck out of them, they have no idea, but I don't know. So he goes, he was so pissed immediately, and I was like, oh, I wish I brought my cigar. I was actually thinking about it, but then I realized, oh, I probably shouldn't be walking around a fucking Renaissance Fair where there's kids and shit, because there's no way you can just walk around with a cigar and not be told put it out.
Yeah.
And then I got to carry around a wet cigar. It was also fucking raining.
Yeah,
But it's-
considering kids are in close proximity and you're bleachers, it is kind
Yeah.
of weird. I thought you guys were walking around.
No, we were sitting down, and I said that, and he was so pissed immediately. And I was like, I love the smell of cigars. I wish I brought one. And then he was like, yeah, you probably look so tough and that shit too. And he was immediately like trying to fucking escalate the situation so much. And I was just like, yeah, no, it's fine. Oh, dude, yeah, that gets even better. He goes, you probably smell like fucking farts. He said that. I was like, he's like, oh no, he goes, he said, because she had said it smelled like farts and cigars. And he goes, you're probably the one fucking farting. And I was like, no, dude, I saved my farts. He goes, what are you talking about? I was like, I saved my farts. They're worth more later. And he goes, what? I was like, yeah, you gotta save them. They're gonna be worth more later. He goes, you're gonna fucking shit your pants. I'm like, yeah. And then I kind of realized that like he's probably kidding, like I'm fucking
He's
with him.
pissed, yeah.
And I was like, no, they're worth more later if you save them. And then he's like, you're gonna fucking shit yourself. Then I was like, that's the point. That's where the profit comes in at.
damn.
He goes, you're fucking no, that's not. What are you fucking talking about? And I was like, and I just kind of turned away.
He took the L just for engaging you. In
But I was
such a
like trolling
fucking
him with a new idea. I thought, I'm like, yeah, I know. I saved my farts because they're worth more. They're more valuable later.
They're more valuable later.
He goes like, no, it's a really good fart. And he's like, and then I just kind of ignored him for a little bit. And then like 2 minutes goes by. There's another like act going on, and there's
so
gunshots, like a poo, like like some, I don't know what it was, but and the guy turns back around and goes, hey, you hear that? That's gonna be you. You're gonna get shot. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know they did that over there. And he's like, yeah. And I just like ignored him again.
Shot for saying that that it smells like cigars.
But it is funny because like I just know like situational wise, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I'm just trolling him, kind of like it's not. I'm not gonna escalate it. You know what I mean?
It's not worth getting kicked out of the Ren.
You know, the other people I'm with are like the fucking like, oh, dude, what the fuck? You guys gonna fight? You're like, no, dude, relax. Dude,
it's fucking bonkers, dude.
Yeah, but
no, I'm trying to think. Did anyone have an issue with? Yeah, I haven't had one of those things where like you think someone's gonna fight you or something. I haven't had that in a long time.
Where the Vegas one, where the guy when you I don't know if you told this on here when you were in Vegas with
my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, and then the guy said like, you guys supposed to be here.
So yeah, we were.
I think you might have.
We were at the Aria, and they have like that big limo circle, or like the big limo valet and all the things. And I guess you're not supposed to have ride shares pick you up there. So they had this dude in this like that worked for the Aria in a suit, like directing traffic, and I went to go jump into this Uber, and he's like, "Hey, you're not supposed to do rideshare here. You can't do it." And I'm like, I just like didn't listen to him, and I just jumped in my Uber, and it was the wrong fucking Uber. It was the same exact car, just wrong guy. And I was like, oh shit. So I hopped out, and he goes, "Hey, you fucking asshole." And I was like, fuck you. What are you talking about? You cursing at me? Are you going to fight me? That's what I said. I was like, are you going to fight me? And he just like wouldn't look at me. Like when he was cursing me the whole time, he couldn't like make eye contact with me. And I was like, shut up. People are very quick to say the F word at you. I don't like it. I say the F word enough. I don't want someone to say it in my direction. I'm good.
Yeah.
Don't curse me out.
Well, there's 1,000 different ways you can go about.
Yeah, and if you're gonna be antagonistic, at least have the balls to look at me while you're doing it. Mm-hmm. Like you're not gonna do anything. But also, I should have just not said a single word.
Yeah, you know what the situation.
I was pissed off. Yeah, I was just like, I'm really bad at backing down or de-escalating or what is it, detaining a situation.
Yeah, detaining.
Yeah, no, I'm bad. I'm bad at that. Yeah. But yeah, Ren Fair's dope.
Yeah, it was
We're gonna
fun.
go again. Probably.
I thought it was actually very because it rained. There was a lot of sludge and mud, and I thought like the meme kind of where somebody drops $1 and someone puts their shoe over it to hide it until they walk away, then they get it.
Yeah. I
thought how funny would it be with that? It was straight just mud, wet ass mud, and someone just dropped $1 and there's just smush it in there, and I'm like it's just covered in mud, and I pull it out.
Here it is. Yeah. No, it was funny because we went, and there was a couple puddles, but it was relatively dry. Mm-hmm. And but we saw a guy who was just decked out in real peasant gear. This is Amazon Prime peasant gear. This guy was really.
He's got the Air Force cloths on.
He's got the $650 leather bag shoes. Yeah. And he was just rolling around in it, and he's like, "I'm rolling around in mud, me lord." Oh
yeah, I've seen people doing that, jumping in it, but they were not. They were just drunk as fuck.
Yeah, no.
I saw some girl throwing up. I was like, oh, okay.
Throwing up?
Yeah, just puking.
Damn, I did not.
And then we saw her again later, just passed out in the grass. We're like, there she is.
I did not see people turned up that hard.
Yeah, I guess medieval times, bro.
No, it's a good excuse to let your
medieval calls for medieval times.
Your freak flag fly, my lord.
Yeah,
yeah.
There was it's always funny too, because you always go in with projection, how things are gonna go. I was like, we gotta go get a fucking big old mug of beer and a big chicken leg and shit like that. And then you get there and you're like, we're not doing the fucking chicken leg because that shit is going to be 3 hours to get it.
Yep.
So I ended up getting pokey out of all things there, which actually be honestly, probably one of the best things to get because it was $20 and it was a massive bowl while everybody else got a slice, a fucking, a pulled pork sandwich for 18.
I didn't eat any of that stuff.
So,
did you have something?
Yeah, I had the pokey, and then I'm sitting there, and then I'm like, I gotta eat this shit. So I'm standing there, and they got the games, and this guy comes up to me, he's like running, he goes, "You want to shoot for free?" And I was like, okay. So and it was like a basketball free shot like game, but the ball was an egg shaped. So I'm holding a pokeball, and I just fucking throw it and I make it in. The guy just like, oh. He's like, you're not even supposed to. He was so confused because he's like, you're not even supposed to make that shit if you were like seriously paid for it. And I had one hand, I just fucking threw it, and it just like shot up and went in. And this guy lost. So he goes, you got a prize. I was like, nah, you're fine. You didn't pay for it. Because like some of the guys did do like, because they were getting drunk too, and they were like, oh, let's fucking do the javelin. Let's do like the fucking. They had like a dart game and all this stuff, and they were paying for it. And their prizes were like little small fucking
trinkets,
keys and shit like that.
Yeah,
like, here you go. I was like, no.
Yeah.
There was like a turtle race we all watched where we did our own side bets where we bet on a turtle.
Was it a real turtle?
Yeah, like they had real fucking turtles, and they put them in a fucking little bin, and they just open up, and the turtles, whatever one touched the sides first.
Did you guys get there at 10?
Yeah, that was another thing too. Is like we had talked about. I was like saying, I was like, well, they go like, oh, we're going this weekend. I was like, okay, and one of my buddies. It's always the idea where I told you in the Coachella at the idea of like. You're like, they're having fun. There's always that guy who's like, there's going to be a lot of traffic leaving here. Like, can't you just enjoy it? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So in the GM going into it, one of my buddies is like, I looked on Reddit a year ago. The traffic's going to be pretty bad. I'm going to try to get there at 9 and like beat the traffic and, leave the house at like fucking like 6:50 and like all that. And I was like, guys, let's think about it. It's fucking also like 10 hours, We got all day. We don't have to get there when they open.
Yeah.
And sure enough, there was barely any traffic. We get there and, but yeah, it was one of my buddies is like, he texted us at like 9 because he thought he was going to like get in traffic and eventually get there like late.
Yeah.
And he texts us at like 8:50. He goes, yeah, I got here way too fucking early. And he's just like sitting there and it's pouring rain. But yeah, we walked in maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 11 or something.
That's about the time we walked in too. Yeah, no, it was sick, and I'm excited to go back. Yeah. I do want to get there at 10 though. I want to get there when they open.
Yeah, they do like a ceremonial thing, I guess. So when I went there the first time, they did something.
There's just not enough time in the day to complete the whole fucking thing.
No, it was good. It was fun.
No, I want to look at all the shit. I remember we just kind of passed by. It was packed. We just kind of like passed by the LARP area, and Matt wanted to do it, and I was like, I don't know if I could pay $20 a person, so $40 in total to fucking swing.
Did you see the hookah lounge?
No.
There was a hookah lounge there. I thought about we should do it.
Fuck? We missed all that shit.
Yeah. No, we were there like by the time we left it was like, dude, we were here actually all fucking day.
No, I'm gonna text. No,
but at one point we were like almost done, and then one of our buddies showed up, so we walked all the way back to the beginning. So we basically did the whole thing twice.
With him. Yeah. No,
there's a lot of shit there, dude. It's fun. It's definitely something to do,
Yeah, I think the Renaissance Fair is dope. I'm surprised it took me 25 years to really fucking try it out, but it was sick. I recommend everyone go to the fucking.
Yeah, we really don't know what you're expecting until you get there.
Nope. Absolutely
some people are, because I was posting videos of me wearing this shit, and I thought like you would get the idea. I'm going to the Renaissance Fair. But people were like, "What the fuck? Are you going to a party?" They're like, "It's not even Halloween and shit like that." It's like, it's the Renaissance Fair. You should know. They're like, "Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing." I was like, "Oh, no, it's sick."
No, literally, it's a cultural revolution. And I heard that if you're one of the vendors or whatever, and you're staying there for a month, that's the real party. Because after they close that thing down, those people go
there's some real jousting
nuts.
And shit.
Yeah, bro, they go crazy. All the people they live there for a month, so it's like I remember I used to have a customer when I worked at the airsoft store that was just this older dude that was super into Renaissance, and he's like, yeah, my guild. Like, I was in a guild for 10 years, bro, and we used to fucking just party. Like, it's like, whoa.
That's another thing, too, where it's like, I get it. It's a fun time. Like, you can definitely see the people, like, really enjoying it, like, getting in character. But then then it's kind of like it gets to an awkward point where, like, we did some shit and it'd be like, hello, step right up. Or that's, like, carnival shit. But he's like, hello, what is thou name? And I'm like, bro, why are you yelling, bro?
Thou's name.
Like, I was walking, I had this shit on. Some girl's like, come hither, peasant, hither. And, like, there's a guy in, like, a fucking shirtless with a guitar, like, hello, and just screaming in my fucking face. I'm like, what? Like, I've got something for you. And I was like, oh, God damn, all right. And I go in there, and then she tries to sell me fucking that hat. And she goes, this is for, like, so the chains doesn't, like, get caught in her hair. I was like, oh, that hasn't happened to me once. And then, but I get it. That if it did, this would be a good purchase. And then I looked at it, I'm like, oh, but But it was funny because she broke character. Cause I was like, "This is a do rag, though, right?" She
It's precisely a do-rag, my lord.
She goes, "Oh, it actually is a do rag. Yeah, it's basically a do rag." And I was like, "What's this accent? Whoa, where you go?
Yeah.
Well, go back in character." I'm like, "We got one. It's a do rag, my lord."
That
I'm
is
like,
really
"Did you guys have
funny.
that back then?" She goes,
I think
"No."
yeah. I think just me being drunk was enough to take most of the merchants out of character. I'd be like, "What kind of beer is it? What is it gonna make me feel?" And they're like, it's
some groggy eyes.
they're like, it's a seltzer.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
it's
right.
a Huckleberry seltzer.
You're like, dude, come on, bro. I don't want to be
just
doing
fucking,
this
I
shit.
got this huge
Yeah.
line. No, I was pissed. I was trying to rally the line, the beer line, against the lady that was selling the beer, like the bartender, because it was taking so long. I was in line for like 40 minutes, and I was like, is she giving out beer or side quest? How about instead of a side quest, you give me a fucking beer? Please, I'm thirsting in the line.
Can we get an executioner? Could someone call
Yeah.
King Henry
Put her on
III
the
to get this
guillotine.
wench's neck cut off?
All you have to do is serve the drinks. I was so pissed. I was like, give me my fucking...
Where's the brothel, bitch?
Give me my $20 beer.
yeah,
in
no,
a can.
it's so expensive, dude.
Ooh, good thing.
Is she doing a side quest? That's
Yeah.
so good. There are people walk around with side quests, and they have polls. And if they have, there's polls, people walk around and you ask, and
Really?
they'll give you side quests. Yeah. Fuck. I thought we saw one guy, and I'm like,
Nah.
you're like, oh, you got a side quest? He goes, I planted a pipe bomb somewhere in the fair.
Guess what?
You've got 20 minutes to find this pipe bomb.
Guess what? Not a medieval pipe bomb, but a real one. A real pipe bomb of PVC and black powder underneath the bleachers.
I've got some wenches
Guess what?
slowly drowning in the reservoir next
Guess
door.
what? Have you ever seen a pressure cooker before? Do you know what? Have you ever heard of the Boston Marathon before, my lord? Guess what?
Pressure cooker.
Guess what, my lord? I have something up my sleeve, my lord.
I have combined mustard gas with
Yeah.
fucking...
Guess what? Do you know what happens if you mix ammonia and bleach, my lord? Guess what? And what happens if you put it in the porta potty and you tell someone which one is the best porta potty, the cleanest?
Oh, they very keep going with that one.
Did you know you could make medieval crystals, my lord, if you mix ammonia and bleach in a small, unventilated room, my lord? Oh my god, that is pretty good. Here's a side quest. Have you ever heard of Fent?
I have placed fentanyl in 3 burgers out
Yes.
in the food court.
Guess what? There are three glasses of mead in the bar, my lord, and one of them is extra special. You have to give it to this girl I don't like from Instagram. You have to give it to this cosplayer I don't like from Instagram, my lord.
I've roofied a girl over there in the mead section.
In the mead section. Guess what, my lord? I have access to chemicals that you shouldn't find for another 1,000 years, my lord.
Hit these whippets 3 times and then walk onward.
My lord, have you ever heard of hippie flipping? Have you ever heard of peasant flipping?
I'm over here. You need to tiptoe.
I'm tiptoeing and peasant flipping all over the fucking place. Guess what, my lord?
I'm peasant flipping in Candy Crush.
My lord, have you ever heard of a drug called 2C? It's pink.
Yeah. Side quest. I have 3 vials in my hand and one of them are poppers.
I'll take you on more of a spiritual side quest. It's not really a physical one. It's more of a thing that you feel in your body and your brain.
Yeah, he like as the conversation goes, he becomes more and more normal.
My lord, unfortunately, I've accepted the side quest for you. I didn't really give you the option, my lord. If I do it like this, I'm like
There's a
pirate
bunch.
almost.
There is a used AIDS needle in the haystack over there where the children are playing.
Guess what, my lord? If you use the one that isn't dirty, you get $1 million, my lord. Hey, my lord, have you ever heard of an 8-legger?
My lord, have you heard of candy flipping?
My lord, have you heard of Prize Picks, my lord? I've lost everything on there, and I'm trying to figure out, is there any action around here, my lord?
Yeah, go over to that tent and get a happy dad.
Yeah. My lord, have you ever heard of Steve Will Do It? Have you ever heard of Mr. Beast, my lord? I've tried to become the Mr. Beast of the Red Fair.
The Red Fair, dude.
I don't have 10,000 to give to
Stand
someone.
here for 12 hours.
Yeah. If you stand here, if you let me touch you, my lord,
If you ride this horse for 16 miles.
I will give you a new currency doubloon I've been working on that I think people might accept if you want to buy those leather shoes. I'm putting together my own Bitcoin. I'm putting together my own blockchain, my lord.
Do you have a quest for me? No, I'm selling bang bars.
No, sir. I am the only one who has geek bars here at the fair, my lord.
You need to clear this geek bar out before you get the second
I
quest.
kept hitting my geek bar and being like, hey, what if we had these in the medieval times?
I know, right?
What if you showed this to a medieval
They
guy?
did they have snuff back then? Well, that was the thing. I googled
They
too.
were smoking something.
I googled the Renaissance like era,
pipes.
and it's like fucking. I think it's like 1200, like 1500, like it's like it's hundreds of years of like just like open wide range. I'm like, there's probably like the beginning of Renaissance fair was probably nothing. Probably the end they were like, we've got books
Guess what?
or some shit. No, they probably had books back then.
No,
Yeah.
they have glasses too.
Yeah.
That's what I want to get for the next run. I actually
Yeah.
might get it before we go the next time. The
My
video-
lord, I have invented virtual reality glasses.
My lord, have you ever heard of a loli? Have you ever heard of lolicon, my lord?
My lord, I shall show you Lisa Ann on virtual reality.
My lord, have you ever heard of Zenless Zone Zero?
Yeah.
It's a gotcha game, my lord, just like Genshin Impact. Have you ever heard of Jiggle Physics, my lord?
My lord, I've got an idea of starting a music festival and then calling it Coachella. We'll charge everybody so much 750 silver.
My lord.
We'll sell carriage passes with it.
Have you ever had a beatbox, my lord? Have you ever you know what happens to your hydration bladder when you fill it with margarita mix? It never cleans out, never tastes the same, my lord. I did that at fucking Countdown or something. I did it at one of these raves. I put margarita mix or like margarita in my hydro, and when we were at Coachella, it tasted so foul. Like even I cleaned it good too. And it tasted so foul, I had to get rid of it and get another bladder. So now
Yeah,
I have a hydration.
Well, that was
bladder.
it was a Camel Pack. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing is like you don't realize when you take that thing out like inside the tubes and shit. If there's water in there, it'll be like fucking moldy.
Yeah, it's stinky.
My lord, did you clean your Camel Pack before you go to war?
My lord, did you make sure to make candy? Did you candy bracelets with your favorite Porter Robinson song on them, my lord?
Yeah, we said earlier was like imagine like everything's evolved the way it is except for clothing and war. We're still like on horses.
Yeah.
Hey mom, bye dad, I'm gonna go to fight the Romans.
What about a linium, my lord?
Yeah, dude, I guarantee. Part of me thinks like way back then that the people like envisioned the future that they probably assumed it would look somewhere like this where the clothes never change but things around like wood.
Yeah. They're probably like, well,
He probably wore his breeches and some kind of automotive something
Yeah.
that took you around that wasn't a horse that had more than one horsepower.
I wonder how many people were making the car joke all fucking the whole time. Because that's what we did on the way there. We're like, what is this contraption with wheels, my lord? It's like a dragon. It's like, yeah, right outside.
Yeah, right in your fucking face too.
Yeah,
dude.
right
They
outside-
their breasts stink too. I'm like,
Right-
God damn, bro.
right outside of the immersive fucking Renaissance fair. There's a bunch of cars.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of cars right next to a
Yeah,
freeway. What
next,
the hell?
Next to a man-made fucking like reservoir too. That was just so much stone that rising.
Yeah, what happened to me was I fucking as soon as we walked in, there was a bunch of girls that were like, "Can you take a picture of us?" And the one that handed me the
What
phone
the fuck is this?
kind of looked like Skrillex almost, like she had like a shaved side head. And I was like, "Thank you, Madam Skrillex, my lord." I didn't. It just like flew out of my mouth, and she didn't say anything about it, but it was really funny.
She's probably super upset.
Yeah, no, Alex thought it was really funny.
Yeah, we got Southern Burt Kreischer here.
Abuelo. Is he noodling? Oh shit, dude!
My lord,
He thought it was a fish.
I think you should know. Like,
No, he was looking for fish. The way he was crouching down, he was trying to noodle that.
Oink. See, if I felt, I wouldn't grab it. Oh,
Oh my
fuck
god,
that, dude.
that is so.
That's
fucking
like a
crazy.
fucking phobia of mine.
Good
Just
luck.
like
Good luck. Thank goodness it was a little one.
being in a fucking swampy ass murky water. I mean, like, you gotta only imagine it's gotta be like somewhere like in the Florida area. It's like there's no way that this shit's going on in the fucking the little river pond area they got next to the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Or maybe, dude, imagine just going to some place you're like, hey man, there's not gonna be. So you're like, hey, don't get in that water, bro. What if there's a crocodile? You're like, there's gonna be no fucking crocodile, and then you just fucking wait, hold on, what? Oh
my god.
dude. Oh, dude,
That
that
is
would
so
fucking be
fucking
so.
scary.
I would never,
It's
dude.
it's a baby though.
Yeah, but like still, that fucking thing came out mouth
Yeah,
open.
That's so insane.
Oh,
How did he not get bit by it? The thing didn't even bite his hand.
all right, here's like go to the next one. Here's like a
I feel like I've seen this guy before. Who's this?
like this is the most
Happy Friday afternoon. Now we've done it. We've got to the end
Done
of the week.
it.
We have locked up our warehouse. We have parked.
So, let's start with look at that fucking meal.
God, that looks fucking awesome, dude.
See, it's funny because it is a stereotype where it's like their breakfast thing is just
Bad.
straight baked beans and like mush.
no, it's
and
not.
gravy.
It's not about the
tomatoes.
It's not a breakfast stare. It's just everything is beans and bad.
It's literally baked beans, and it's in a medieval time tray.
Yeah, what's up with that little cask or that little
Yeah.
gravy
I-
machine right there?
We've got to
We've
the end
done
of the
it.
week. We have locked up our warehouse. We have parked up our vans. We have logged off our computers. And I've quickly popped into my favourite local pub for a cheeky pint of beer. And look, a little bit of early dinner because the wife, I love her dearly, but her cooking ain't that great. And we've got a stunning beef and ale pie, a bit of mashed potatoes, baked beans in a pot, which I think is...
Wait, hold on. Now I'm kind of rewatching it. What the fuck? Beef and
A stunning beef and ale pie.
what is it? Beef and alpite?
Beef in our pipe.
Is he saying like a beef sandwich and a pint of beer? Or is that a
No.
sandwich? Is it just like a fucking? Just pulled pork sandwich? Are you looking it up? Beef.
Yeah, beef and.
I mean, I wouldn't
British.
trust like maybe the captions on this shit because I don't think it's ale bite beef. I mean, maybe try that out.
It's not ale. Beef and
Yeah, let's see.
beef and
Stunning
ale. Beef and ale pie.
bit of
Yes, British steak and ale. It's just called. It's called.
With a steak sandwich with beer.
It's called beef and ale pie. Steak, hearty,
Oh, you
comforting
saying
dish.
pie? I think.
Yeah.
Dude, like
Pie.
that's so funny. I don't know if it's like the captions are like AI driven or somebody actually wrote this out, but whatever it is, it's not fucking. He
It's
doesn't
a
say
piece of pie. Look at it. It's a
he's
piece
saying
of
bite. I thought he said pite, but now it's fucking pie.
But her
certainly
cooking ain't that
beef
great.
and ale
We've
pie.
got a stunning beef and ale pie, a bit of mashed potatoes, baked beans in a pot.
That's mashed
Big-
potatoes.
Baked beans in a pot. Yeah, it's a fucking standing. It's a tower of mashed potatoes.
There's a fucking
God, that looks horrible, dude.
fuck. What's the I thought it was a fucking slab of cabbage.
yeah, it looks,
I've never gotten potatoes that like with that viscosity of just
God,
that
that looks-
thickness to just sit up like that.
That looks rough, man.
Which I think is wrong, but it's happened anyway. And of course, a bit of gravy. And you know me, I never look when I pour.
Should look.
Because I am the absolute governor.
Should look because entirely
Yeah,
missed
you put it
entirely
half
missed
of
the fucking potatoes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not even
No,
gonna
I
look.
think it just goes on that beef and ale pie. You know, all that shit gets mixed up. anyways.
I mean, maybe it's different like over here, but the only time I'm putting gravy on something is mashed potatoes.
I don't like.
Pie,
I
bit of
don't like
mashed
gravy
potatoes,
on my
baked
potatoes.
beans
Me
in a
either,
pot,
but
which I think
I'm
is
sure as
wrong.
fuck wouldn't put it on a steak.
Happened
Well,
anyway. And of
Get mashed
course, a
potatoes
bit
tonight,
of gravy.
probably.
And you know me, I
You
never
know
look when I
me.
pour,
You know what I
am
miss?
The absolute
Luke Governor.
Listen, guys, hope you had a great week. Keep on smashing life. Keep giving it 110%.
on the
Don't
time.
go home until you're proud. And listen, cheers to you all. You deserve
I can't. Other than the state of that meal, I can't hate. There's nothing bad about.
Cheers,
this
my
video.
lord, with the fucking beans and a cheeky pint next to my mashed potatoes are standing up with so much viscosity that
such
it
a-
doesn't make sense. Like, well,
it's
dude, that's
such
just
an
rubber, dude.
It's.
I mean,
yeah.
don't get me wrong. I'll eat
But
that shit
okay,
right now. I'll
okay,
eat that right now.
yes.
But also, the baked beans look very soupy, but I'll eat that right now.
Besides the meal, is there anything wrong with this video? It's pretty good. It's really motivational.
No, it just really
It's so
capturates the
funny.
stereotype of like just straight British.
Yeah, they just have the worst food. They have the worst food, and maybe it's yummy, but it just always looks. It certainly looks and sounds the worst.
Well, I mean, the idea is also like, sure, I love baked beans, but like, bro, starting your morning
That's
with
a lot of
fucking
liquid in
baked, starting your day with baked beans, bro, that's like just being like, I'm starting with my.
I'm
If
down.
I eat baked beans in the morning, the rest of my day is fucking like is if I had to give one word for my entire day. That if I started with baked beans, it would be fucking farts. I'd be fucking farting.
Yeah, just ass. It's
You
an
know what I
ass-
mean?
We're having an ass day.
Just starting with asparagus, like, oh, my piss is gonna reek all day today.
Yeah.
Just
no.
having just like Taco Bell or baked
No,
beans
I think
and shit.
this
like,
is no. He said this is his fucking dinner, dude.
I mean, well, yeah, no, but they do eat fucking baked beans and tomatoes for breakfast.
What do they have? Yeah, I like tomatoes too. Yeah, I like all that
Fish
stuff.
and piss or whatever it's called.
Beans.
Friday afternoon.
Oh,
we've
the
done
afternoon.
We've got to
We've
the end of
done
the week.
it.
We have locked up our warehouse. We have parked up our vans.
Parked up the
We have
vans.
We have locked up our warehouse.
I like it.
Okay.
I like
We have
the
parked
beans.
We've
I like
parked up our vans. We've hidden our beans and mash from our children.
Yeah, we've eaten it ourselves. English breakfast with baked fucking beans on
We've
toast.
put fentanyl in our drinks.
British style pencils and a book.
We've bought new number 2 pencils.
We've bought the book cover and we put on the books and we put on our heads after. After book fair, we got a lime green book cover. We put
We've
on our
seen
heads.
the alley cats play.
We stretched the book cover out for an hour.
I got so Australian.
And then you put the book cover on your book, and then it's too big because you stretch it out, put it on your
We've done
head.
that already.
We've already done it. We've taken the smencils out of the pipe. Okay, we smelled them. We smelled the smencils so much
our
that
colored markers.
we smelled them fucking smencils so much that they don't smell anymore, and they're just a pencil, a white pencil with a weird texture.
We've outsmelled our poppers.
We opened the
racist.
jar with all the smencils at once and smelled the whole thing, and it smelled interesting. We couldn't put a finger on it. For some reason, it smells more like one cherry smencil than the rest of them. I had an orange one when I was a kid, and it stank like shit. I like smencils. I like the cotton candy. There's a lot of smencils that I did like, the cherry one, but the orange one smelled like fucking butt, and I love orange. Fuck smencils, dude. Fuck smencils. Fuck the scented markers that you can huff.
Oh yeah.
Because then you just end up touching your nose with red, and then
Yeah,
you have
it's
red
on.
on your
Yeah,
nose.
you show up to fucking.
And you look like a fiend doing it. Like, you're not supposed to sniff Sharpies, but you are allowed to sniff the scented markers.
Yeah, it's like exhaust, dude. It's like early morning car start exhaust. It's forbidden, but you're like.
I work in a place where everything I do is on camera all the time. Like, the surveillance cameras, they can call you out for if you're breaking the rules or whatever. But someone had brought in, like, for like birthday cards, someone had brought in those colored things. Whenever I'm bored, I'll just crack one and I'll smell it. And I'm just like, well, I wonder what this fucking looks like to every customers, fucking my coworkers.
We've spent our pounds.
We've spent our pounds on a bendy pencil that is fun to play with.
Going on a
but
fucking bender.
It's not easy to draw with. Flexible graphite is not fun to write with. It's more of a plaything or a toy. We bought the monkey that guy that goes on the end of your pencil, a pencil topper that looks like a monkey or a whale.
Let me top this day off with baked beans.
Just a British guy talking about everything at the book fair. We bought one of the monkey toys that you put on your fingers with the stretchy arm.
No, it's a chicken. It's a chicken.
Yeah, Yeah, ours was a monkey.
We've bought all of the Diary of the Wimpy Kids.
We did every fucking flipperama 20 fucking times before the end of the book fair. I've seen Captain Underman take his pants off 50 fucking times. And then we ate beans after. Woo! We fucking did
got the pointer finger.
We read Bone, the fucking graphic novel, in every zoo book in the fucking library.
Don't get me started on the Guinness Book of World Records.
Or the Stinky Cheese Man. Or fucking the one about the caterpillar. What else?
The Flipperamas.
Yeah, the Flipperamas. A Flipperama beating an Irishman's head in. Punch him in the top of the head.
Beat his head in a mash and baked beans.
Yeah. I make a diorama killing a guy from the IRA. Irishman. Why do they hate each other so bad? How about I shove a smencil in your fucking arse?
Yeah, no, they say arse, dude.
Arse, yeah. How about I shove a bloody smencil in your arse? Your arse. How about I take this smencil and shove it in your head?
I got this bookmarker that is made out of beans.
How about this little slap bracelet?
Yeah, I got slap bracelet.
I'll shove it in your head. Put this a slap bracelet in your ears.
Now let me finish my beans and mash.
I'll hit you over the head with 2010's Guinness Book of World Records. Why am I doing Records? So I have a new kid voice.
The Guinness Book of World Records for beef pies.
Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh man, that's so good. What else do they have at book fairs?
Shoving a pencil in an Irishman's head, the top of his head.
Got myself caught in a Chinese finger trap.
Guess what? How many Chinese finger traps do you think you can get out of? I know you can know how to do one. Everyone knows that.
If I place a pot of beans in front of you, and I've got all of your fingers, all of your digits caught in a finger trap,
think it's
how fast are you gonna get yourself to get to them beans? Dude,
how many beans does it take to beans?
No, the fucking British Mr. Beast.
I offer this bloke 10,000 beans to see how many beans he can eat in one time.
I put a key at the bottom of this barrel of beans.
Guess what? I put one black bean in a pot full of baked beans, and he has to find the one bean. How long can he survive in a bean factory? Every day you get an extra can of beans.
I've got 10 Brits to stand on beans and mash.
Yeah.
The last one to leave wins more beans and mash.
10,000 cans of fucking baked beans. You'll be eating beans for the rest of your bloody days.
A lifetime supply of beans if you can eat this beef pie in under an hour.
I hid one bean in one copy of the Beatles rock band across Youngshire, and whoever finds it first gets another bean. Whoever finds a golden bean gets 700 pieces of toast. And gets to beat up the Irishman that we have in the Mr. Beast headquarters.
Got this mukbang of beans and tomato.
I am officially changing my name from Mr. Beast to Mr. Bean.
Mr. Beans.
My evil brother, Mr. Beans, has a surprise for you. It's fucking beans. It's all the beans you can possibly eat. The winner gets 10,000 cans of beans. The loser has to only eat beans forever for the rest of his life. Which is a win or a lose, depending on what you think of it. I think it's pretty good.
We're going around.
I think that's a proper W.
Oh man, that's so good.
Yeah,
all right, let's do a last video. Holy shit, I'm sweating in this fucking chainmail. Dude, it was also really cold. Like it felt good.
It's cold on your skin?
Yeah, where my face, where the metal was touching me.
Oh yeah.
I thought the shit was gonna rust in the rain, but it's zinc. But
I didn't turn you green.
Oh, there's another thing. Remember in Coachella, I found a ring on the floor and I gave it to Matt. I was like, here you go, and he gave it to you, but you didn't know that I found it on the floor and gave it to you, and we were in that fucking spiral structure colorful thing.
I put it on my
finger.
finger.
What the fuck is it? And your finger is green.
Yeah, most of my finger was green.
Yeah, and then I guess a side note is
That's so funny.
I was walking, I found glasses on the floor, which there's always sunglasses, like bullshit, like fucking $5 glass on the ground. And I picked it up to put on Matt, and then I was like, oh shit, this is actually legit. And it was
heavy.
like Gentle Monster, which I still don't know. Like I think it's like where is the fucking both sexual,
unisex. Yeah, they're glasses for men and women.
Yeah, and I was like looking, I was like, oh, this looks sick. And then I was looking, I was like, oh, there's like the girls are posting for these
They're
pictures.
expensive, yeah.
But yeah, those like my new favorite glasses. Like wearing them, I was like, these feel sick, dude.
If the person who returns my sunglasses, my sunnies,
I got
7 beans for you.
It's Easter. We don't hunt for eggs. We hunt for beans. The person to find the beans gets a pair of Gentle Monsters.
I can hook you up with a proper set of beans if you want.
All right, here's the last one. You've probably seen this one before. It's so classic.
Man, what you doing, bro?
Man, this is a nigga, bro. Move.
That's a nigga?
Yeah.
Okay. What he did? He tried you?
He keep breaking everything. I'm trying to treat her like a bitch. Take care of her now. I'm trying to get money to take care of us, bro. But you don't understand.
Oh, that's a faggot.
Boy, fuck you.
Oh, hell no. This nigga trying to turn a faggot to a housewife.
What is what
You
happened?
know what's
there?
going on? Okay, so
We can't put that on TikTok.
well, man,
Or
yeah, you
YouTube?
can't. I mean, we're not saying it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what happened.
It's a so it's a couple that are fighting, and one of them appears to be, which is stated from the couple, that one of them is a
F word.
well, no, I was gonna say trans, but
None of them say trans.
well, you don't have to. I mean,
You're just assuming by this guy's interpretation.
It's definitely like a couple fighting, and one of them is probably born male,
Yeah,
and
sure.
is a girl, and they're fighting. He says, "What's going on?" He goes, "I'm trying to turn her into I'm trying to treat her like a queen. I'm trying to make money for both of us." And they're just fighting on the ground. Which, first of all, it's kind of funny. Like, how did they even get in that predicament to be in any argument in your entire life to end up on the ground?
I just like that instead of like, it's never okay to fight whoever you're with. But if someone pulls up, if I was fighting with my girlfriend or the homie, and someone pulls up and said, "What's going on?" I'd be like, "Mind your business,
Yeah,
fuck
no.
you." But he's like, "Listen, I'm trying to tell you."
He's like, "Help me talk sense into her."
That's so funny.
Man, what you doing, bro?
Man, this a nigga, bro. Move.
Oh well, yeah, you see it right there. It's a guy.
Oh,
I'm assuming
yeah.
based off of that, because I mean that word isn't really used for
Ladies.
to refer to girls. But
He tells him.
It's a nigga.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
What he did? He tried you?
He keep breaking everything. I'm trying to treat her like a bitch.
so he breaks everything, and I'm trying to treat him like a bitch.
Take care of her now. I'm trying to get money to take care of us,
Trying to get money to take care of us. Doing the black slang translations.
Sounds
bro.
like a good
But you don't
man.
understand.
Oh, that's a faggot.
Boy, fuck you.
Oh, hell no.
Can't translate that.
Turn a faggot to a housewife.
Dude, the diabolical fucking. Hey, pull over right here. Let me film this shit. Boy, fuck you.
Boy, fuck you.
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, whatever the fuck happened, it seemed to diffuse the situation greatly.
I think wearing matching shorts.
Oh,
Stopped
hell
everything.
no. This nigga trying to turn a faggot to a housewife.
That's crazy, man. I've never seen anything like
I've never even seen any type of love to fucking be fighting on the ground in
to be
public.
fucking
on the-
put each other in submission holds in public.
Yeah, he's got her in a fucking rear naked choke, and then somebody's like, "What's going on?" He goes, "I'm trying to treat her like a queen."
He's like, "What's
trying to
going
make
on?"
money for us.
He's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "This is called a kimura." You ever seen a kimura before? You ever seen the twister before? I'll show you. And he's like, Shh. He's doing all sorts of cool no-gi fucking groundwork.
I'm trying to make her tap out.
Yeah.
'Cause if I tap her out, I get beans for life. Mr. B says so.
Mr. Bean told me. Listen, you don't know what's going on. It's about Mr. Bean did all this shit, man. I'm just trying to get beans for the rest of my life. Trying to get
Mr.
money for me and her.
You talking about the guy from Rat Race, Mr. Beans?
No, I'm talking about formerly known as Mr. Beast. However, now he's Mr. Bean. It's a whole thing. He went to the UK and now he's Mr. Bean. He doesn't give money anymore. It's just beans. Right now, it seems like all I need is the fucking beans.
He's like, I didn't know what the fuck you're talking. I don't fuck with beans.
Previously, I would ask I followed him and I asked him for $10,000, and now he's offering me 10,000 beans. I'm just trying to be involved.
10,000 beans would probably equivalent to like maybe $13 of the beans.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine. I feel like that's like a thing too. If you live in like England, that if you hate barbecue baked beans, you're almost like shunned upon. We're just like, what? What am I supposed to eat now? You know?
Like, what are you, a fucking liberal?
Yeah, we're like, they're like, it's like, oh, I don't eat beans. We're like, that's what we eat here.
Which?
Which?
You don't eat fucking beans for breakfast, you
Get your
fucking
wench together
wench.
and make her fucking eat beans and mash in a beef pie for afternoon breakfast.
I think beans are funny for breakfast, but I think that's far less offensive than Vegemite.
I think just the word beans.
Have you ever tried a Vegemite?
It's not like the super. Is
a
it like
really
black tar looking shit?
Yeah, it's super salty. I have some in my house. I bring it on the podcast. It's the Australians put it on toast and sandwiches, and it's so disgusting. It's like beyond.
What does it taste like?
It
super
tastes
salty. Like
it's just
like,
it's just like salt paste.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible. Not in a good way either. It's salty. It's like dark. It's so strange. It's not. It doesn't. There's nothing
is it
breakfast.
it's Australian thing or British?
Australian.
What's up, guys? I don't know. I can't be.
Yeah.
I feel like we always compare it like
Vegemite, mate.
Vegemite. What's up, guys? It's Mr. I don't know.
Mr.
Mr. Kangaroo.
Saying Mr. Beast is easy in Australian.
Mr. Beast.
Because Max Mofo does it. Mr. Beast.
Oh fuck, dude. Now Mr. Beans is too good. What?
I officially am changing my name and my nationality to Mr. Beast or Mr. Bean. I'm changing it back to Mr. Beast.
What would be Australian beast?
Mr. Crocodile, Mr. Kangaroo,
Mr. Poisonous spiders and venomous snakes everywhere you go.
Mr. Alcoholism, Mr. Beer,
Mr. Crikey, Mr. Alcoholic.
Mr. Sydney,
Mr. Watch out for that. That's a poisonous spider.
Mr. Terminator. No, wait, no, I don't know. That's the Terminator. Mr.
Mr. Cheeky fuck.
Mr. Boomerang Man.
yeah. Mr. What's
If
up,
you
guys? It's Mr. Boomerang here. I've got 12 people to ride kangaroos through Sydney, Australia.
Guess what?
The winner gets...
Jump on a cactus and Mr. Beast will suck you.
Get bit by 4 poisonous spiders.
I'll give you 10,000 cans of Vegemite. I'll get you whatever you want, Mr. Bean.
Like, all right, what else? What other nationality beast could you do?
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Boombaclat here.
Mr. Bubbleclot?
Mr. Bombaclat here.
My name is Mr. Beast.
Mr. Boombaclat
They
here.
call me Jimmy.
First person to brush their teeth. I don't know. What do they do? out
Jimmy
there?
Beast.
First person to make a... Fuck, I don't know.
Have you seen the like Indian lottery Instagram page where it's hard for them to give out food because people don't want to like take stuff for free, so they make them play games for it.
Oh yes,
like,
you're talking about they kick some they kick a fuck. It's always dirt,
and it's
they're always kicking.
It's like one thing of vegetable oil.
Yeah. It's
Mr.
not even,
Beast
it's
was
off
like,
brand. There's no like.
You have to survive in this supermarket for 72 hours, and you get one giant
bottle of olive oil,
2-gallon bottle of vegetable oil, cooking oil.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah, they're like, oh, click. They got to kick a fucking ball into a basket that's like everything's made out of sticks and dirt.
It's not. You gotta rewatch that shit. They make it
No,
good.
I'm just exaggerating, but like, yeah, it's
They make it nice.
yeah, and everything. Yeah, it's New Delhi and then Bangladesh.
Mr. Beast.
Today, what's up, guys? Today we're here in Bangladesh. Gonna try some street food and see if we can
Careful.
survive. What?
Who could survive one street food?
Food, yeah. Without
You guys
diarrhea.
get $10,000.
What's up? And then it's just fucking.
Yeah,
They
like
got their
this.
feet in the fucking soup and they.
Putting
Yeah.
sandwiches together.
And it's like such a big problem too, where they just throw their trash. Dude, I saw it because it's like, stereotype, like, oh, everything's like they just throw their trash everywhere. And there's like a thing where if you drop a pin anywhere in like India or like around some area, you will never not drop a pin somewhere and not see a piece of trash on the floor. But I saw a video of like a train going by, like just or a POV on the train. And somebody who worked for the train department was grabbing buckets of trash and just throwing them out the fucking just like out the train fucking door. And I was like, okay, sure, maybe, but like I feel like I don't know like much about trains, but I would imagine a buildup of trash on a railroad track would probably not be good because like I've seen like derailing and shit like that.
No, absolutely. You
Like,
don't want that shit blowing around on the rails.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, I feel like I feel like railroads. I mean, again, I don't know. Like, I guess there's a lot of weight on it and shit.
Yeah.
But I always see like things where, like, 'cause, you could put a penny on there and it'll smush it entirely.
Yes.
But like, it's straight, just like you're just rolling on a track, and like I was like, what's the threshold of what's the cutoff in terms of putting something on a track that would derail a fucking train? And I would imagine a fuck ton of trash being thrown out the fucking door nonstop.
Yeah.
Every single day, eventually it's gonna build up and be like, oh, fucking.
The trash problem has gotten out of hand for
Yeah.
everyone, I think. I think trash is...
Send that shit to the moon.
Yeah,
baby.
send it to the moon. Well, we burned
Put it in the
already.
ocean.
Yeah, there's too much fucking trash.
Give it to the turtles, dude. The turtles are good with it.
We started trying to make renewable shit like 20, 30 years ago, and it hasn't worked. Though everything we do is still fucking aluminum and horse shit.
Aluminium.
Aluminium, Mr.
Mr. Beast here. The first person to mine cobalt and aluminium.
First person to find a blood diamond.
Yeah. I've got 30 people. I don't know why. Hey, Mr. Beast here, over here, and what do they get fucking, what do they do? Where they get the cobalt at?
Cobalt?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Or I mean, or for the shit for phones. What's the not graphite? What's the fucking
Silicon?
No. They're mining it for our phones. I think it's in Asia, but I don't know. It's not
Cobalt mining?
No, it's not cobalt. It's
Cobalt red.
No, it's for our phones. It's like the battery shit or something like that.
Phone.
It's the metal.
Element.
Fuck, what is it? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Mining. Politics.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. Mr.
Mr. Beads.
Yeah. Congo.
No. Here.
Tantalum, tin, tungsten, gold. Human rights. Key elements. Tantalum. Coltan. Coltan.
No.
Cobalt.
I think it is cobalt. Wait, is that
Phone
what I was
batteries.
saying?
Yeah.
It is cobalt then,
That's
right?
in the Congo. Where's cobalt?
No, it's not.
Where's cobalt mined?
Lithium?
Canada.
Oh, no, lithium.
Lithium.
I think it was lithium. I don't know.
Where does Tesla get his cobalt? Democratic Republic of the Congo. That's where
What's
they
up,
get
guys? We're in Congo. We've got 30 people digging for lithium and cobalt.
it. Elon Musk is there, and he's like,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, find it. I'm a meme. I am become meme.
All right, ready here.
I hate that guy.
Fucking hot, dude.
It is getting hot.
Oh,
Mr. Beast. I
Mr.
forgot
Beans got the
Mr. Beast. I forgot Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. And I am Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beans.
The Mr. Beast Discord.
That is so funny.
Listen.
Listen, man.
Mr. Beast. Hey, everyone. Mr. Beast here. Glad you brought up Bangladesh. Who can survive eating literally one burger? Who can survive whatever the fuck, whatever this thing that they served in the newspaper that looks like it's supposed to
newspaper.
Yeah, wrapped in newspaper and made with this guy's feet, and it's supposed to be some kind of burger. Who can survive?
The hell you did? Just like in your underwear.
Huh? No, I'm in my sports underwear. In my clothes.
Mr. Bangladesh here. Today we have got 5 people to call to try and scam some American grandmas, and the person who wins gets...
What the fuck is this, bro?
What? Oh, a little thing I bought. It's a carrot in a blender.
I thought it was supposed to make noise.
I did too when I bought it, but it doesn't.
Oh, you had to put that in there?
Yeah. Because that was when I bought it. Originally, it played that noise over it, and then I fucking got it, and he goes, oh, it makes no noise. Oh, you have to, like, move. Yeah, it gets caught. Got smushed.
How much was this thing?
It's like 18.
The clips are going to be funny when we don't know why we're dressed up like this.
Okay,
That shit is probably going to be so annoying in the microphone.
oh, this?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's all good.
I mean, I've been hearing it, but it's fine.